All right, so ever come across a birthday message and just think, whoa, this is wild,
Haha. Yeah, I think we've all seen a few head scratchers online.
right? Well, today we're diving into something that's, well, next level. A full-blown biography. But not just any biography. This one's for someone named Peter, and it's for his 25th birthday.
Celebrating a quarter century, that's a pretty big deal.
It is. And judging by this bio, Peter's life has been eventful, to say the least.
Definitely piques the curiosity, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. By the end of this deep dive, you'll not only know Peter, or at least have an idea, but also get a glimpse into what kind of world creates a Peter. Ready to jump in?
Let's do it.
Okay, so the bio starts off strong. It's October 22nd, 1999. Forget a hospital. Peter's birthplace is something called the Great Banana Tree of Life in the Philippine rainforest.
Okay, already intriguing.
Right. And then it gets even better. Get this. His early years were spent being raised by, wait for it, enlightened, long-tailed macaques.
Wow. You don't see that every day. I mean, talk about an unconventional upbringing. Though now that you mention it, the bio does emphasize his agility, understanding of nature, and physical strength. All traits often associated with primates.
It's like Tarzan, but with, like, a modern twist or something.
Yeah.
And speaking of twists and turns, hold on to your hats, because Peter's journey takes him from the jungle to, get this, the world of professional motocross.
Whoa, that's a bit of a jump.
Right. Apparently he trained with some big names in the motocross world, like Ricky Carmichael, Jeremy McGrath, and Travis Pastrana.
Those are some seriously legendary names in motocross. They really represent pushing the limits on two wheels. To think that Peter trained under them. It really shows a dedication to the sport and, I guess, a desire to push his own boundaries.
So we're talking more than just a hobby then.
Oh, yeah. This wasn't just playing in the dirt. This was serious business.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And it gets even more interesting because this biography doesn't just paint him as a physical guy, you know? There's this whole intellectual side too. Apparently, Peter enjoys writing philosophical essays.
Oh, that reminds me. The essay they chose to highlight in the biography is actually fascinating. It's called Why Halo Transcends Other FPS Games. And instead of focusing on just the action of the game, Peter dives into the philosophical themes of humanity and self-sacrifice.
Huh. Interesting. It's like they're giving us a peek into his values and the way he sees the world.
Precisely. There's definitely more to Peter than meets the eye.
I'm picking up on that for sure. Oh, and speaking of unexpected details, there's this line about Peter slaying the dragon Elvarg on Crander, which led him to some amazing lobster spots. Any idea what that's all about?
It sounds a little cryptic at first, but it seems like a reference to a popular online game, RuneScape. Crander and Elvarg are specific places and a dragon you encounter in the game. The lobster spots probably refer to good places to, well, catch lobsters, which are actually pretty valuable in the game's economy.
So he's a gamer on top of everything else.
Seems like it. I guess it makes sense considering his generation and all.
Totally. Now let's get to the birthday bash itself. The biography mentions friends, family, a lavish party, and then things get interesting. They mention big booty strippers making it rain.
Yeah, that definitely caught my eye too. It's a detail that definitely stands out, but when you look at it in the context of this whole larger-than-life biography, it feels like more about celebrating, well, life's abundance and Peter's own generosity.
It's definitely a choice, that's for sure.
It is. Oh, and another little detail I noticed. The drink of choice for this grand celebration is Crown Royal Peach.
Crown Royal Peach. Now that's interesting. I'm curious, why that specific drink?
Well, if you think about it, peaches in mythology are often tied to victory, good fortune, that kind of thing. So combining that with Crown Royal, which already has that regal, celebratory vibe, it could be a nod towards past accomplishments and a hopeful look at what's to come, don't you think?
Huh. Deep. But you're right, the whole biography seems to have that forward-looking energy. It's not just about celebrating how far Peter's come, but also, like, this anticipation for what he'll do next.
Exactly. It's easy to get caught up in the outlandish details, but at its core, this bio highlights his strength, his laughter, and honestly, a drive that's pretty inspiring, wouldn't you say?
I'd have to agree with that. So, after diving into Peter's world, or at least this version of it, we're left with one big question. What kind of mark will someone like Peter leave on the world? Something tells me this is just the beginning of his story.